Nyx is the night herself. Her twin sons, sleep and death. But you? I cannot think of anything I fear, except the god of talking back to me.
I am the god of blood.
The circumstances spur me now to offer you the greatest of my powers, cousin. Take my strength and strike the darkness down.
Please go ahead and do not mind me, child.
Your presence is appreciated, son of Hades, but please leave us here for now.
Things can entirely be different between you and me. You know that, don't you, Zach? Not when it comes to this, at least.
I do. We wouldn't both be consummate professionals if it were any other way. You won't be going easy on me, will you?
I'm going to pretend you didn't ask me that. Now give me everything you've got.
Even though everything's out in the open now, and all my brothers, sisters, and whatnot are going to keep helping you fight your way out of there, I've still been keeping to myself of late. That way, nobody slows me down.
I know your efforts to come here have repeatedly been thwarted by good kin. However, we have caused such violence in the intervening time that we must take this as a real victory. Let us continue for however long it takes.
Zang! I heard you got to Orpheus. He's got this whole entire ballad now about how you are really me, or maybe it's the other way around. I have no idea. Here.
The whims of our kind are unpredictable, my kin. But you shall find responses to such acts to be the definition of consistency.
Damned either way, I guess.
You crossed the fields of death impressively back there. Though you are fortunate I'm in a giving mood.
I'll wait for him. However long it takes. You tell him that.
Big crowd, huh?
Tell me something, monster. Whence did you steal that kingly blade you're brandishing about? It seems ill-fitting for one such as you.
Oh, this? I wouldn't say I stole it, so much as naturally wooed the fates into bestowing it upon me. You could say I'm kind of testing it out.
Ah, well then. I pity whosoever shall lay hands upon that cursed thing once you are finished with this testing of yours. I think that we can make it rather quick.
Vigilant Cerberus decides to look the other way this once.
Bye for now, boy. You ready for another go?
Remember, I can always get here much, much faster than you.
So joyfully did Zagreus attempt to gain the surface that why he just rose too quickly. And we know how that one goes from Icarus's tale.
Huh?
You haven't greeted me as often lately, Hypnos. I wouldn't have noticed if it weren't half your job. If there's something you wish to say to me, why not just come right out?
Well, I see. The thing is, Megara, Miss Megara, mind if I call you that? As I was saying, I just thought maybe, we had a thing, a real connection lately, since you keep on dying more and more, and I keep standing here, but then I always thought you were invincible.
I see. And so you're realizing now that your entire image of me came from your imagination. Is that it?
Well, it's just, I really thought with all my advice that you'd go back to killing Zagreus rather than the other way around. I just don't think things are working out the way I hoped, you know?
It almost sounds as though you've broken up with me, except... Well, are you sure that you'll be alright?
Oh yeah, look, I'm just glad it's one of you two. Sure beats having to greet shades nonstop. They never talk to me.
Alright then. You greet me next time here.
Will do.
The fallen warrior in Elysium we spoke of. He seems like a good man, though. Was he always the despondent sort?
No, lad. I was that sort, I think, but he was not. He was... One of the only men I knew who did not look upon me as a threat. He saw something in me I never knew was there. And in turn, with him, I felt... how to describe it? Calm. Whole.
Huh. I'm restless all the time. I can only imagine.
He had this wry humor about him, like he was wise beyond his years. A quality I trust shall see him through his struggles now. Although, I hoped residing in Elysium would mean he wouldn't have to struggle any longer.
He shouldn't, sir. And neither should you. Father, how are you doing without Mother around? Will she be all right on Olympus?
Clearly, she is more than capable of handling herself. And we here have been well accustomed to not having her about.
So everything's back to normal then? That sounds lovely.
Nothing is normal anymore. Besides, she shall return. Knowing that she shall return, is that not sufficient for you? Be patient for once.
Glad you're handling it fine. Hey, Orpheus, you know I'm very happy that things turned out well between you and Eurydice, but looking back, I think I might have overstepped my bounds with you a bit and wanted to say I'm sorry.
You're sorry, Zagreus? Whatever for? If not for you, I fear I never would have seen my muse again.
Well, it's just, when I met her and I found out the two of you were having problems, I just wanted to see you patch things up. But it wasn't any of my business, and you never asked my help. Neither did she. I could have made things worse.
But you didn't make things worse, my friend. And, truth be told, I do not think I ever would have asked for help at any point, because I don't entirely know how. So I am grateful to you and your generous instinct.
Well, thank you also, mate. Hey, Dusa, this is kind of personal and you don't have to answer, but I have to know. So, did you used to have a body and all that? Because I've heard of Gorgons, well, that you had wings and such.
Prince, so, look, that's something very private that you're asking, and I know you don't mean any harm, but it just isn't something I discuss with anyone, okay? I'm who I am. Besides, as you can see, I don't need wings to fly.
Well, that was inconsiderate of me. How about we put this there? Utterly immovable.
An object intricately carven solely for the purposes of recreation now resides within the pleasure-seeking prince's chambers, although his lack for an opponent limits its appeal.
Face me yourself, old man.
A delicately crafted instrument of music-making now resides within the clamor-causing prince's chambers, doubtless fearing, if it could, his heavy-handed touch.
Can't be that hard to play, can it?